So we're going to start on our backs. And you can come into any position on your back. Whether it's legs long, knees bent, or taking the knees together with the bottoms of your feet to touch. Just coming into a comfortable place to settle onto your mat. Get out any fidgets or wiggles that you may have before finding stillness. And then as you come into a place of stillness, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. If it's available, seal your lips and start to inhale and exhale through your nose. Notice if there's space in your breath to deepen. And if your legs are long or the knees are apart, gently bend into the knees, bringing your heels towards your bottom, or bring the knees together so you're setting up for a bridge pose. Heels come close to your bottom. Keep the palms face down next to your body. Using that same depth of your breath, as you inhale, lift your hips just about 1 to 2 inches off the mat, so not very high. Exhale, lower your hips back down to the mat. Inhale, press your heels, lift your hips about 3 to 4 inches off the mat, so you're gradually coming up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower your hips back down. And inhale, lift the hips up as much as comfortable. Exhale, lower the hips down. And take it a few times with your breath. Inhale, lifting the hips. Exhale, bringing them back to the mat. And I'd like you to practice pressing firmly through your feet. So really engaging through your heels. And then reaching your inner thighs up toward the ceiling. Also connecting that movement to the rhythm, to the pace of your breath. And just knowing that your breath is the rhythm of your practice. And then once you come into your bridge pose, this next time, pause and hold it here. Continue to press your feet down, lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep pressing your heels. Take one more round of breath. With your exhale, slowly lower yourself back down to the mat. Hug your knees in toward your chest, making a little ball with your body. Give yourself a moment to sway. And then begin to rock yourself up and down the length of your spine. Once you have enough momentum, you're going to roll yourself all the way over into a tabletop position. You can take that roll as many times as you'd like. Sometimes it feels good on the spine. Guiding palms under the shoulders and knees under your hips. Cow and cat pose. Inhale, drop your belly low and lift your gaze and your tailbone. Exhale, round through your back. Pull your belly button up toward your spine and arch the back. Inhale, drop your belly low, lift your gaze and your tailbone. Remember, it's your breath, your pace. Exhale, round through the back. And take that 2 more times with your breath. Again, finding that connection and this pace for your practice. Once you complete that second round, I invite you to come into your downward facing dog. Tucking your toes, lift your hips up toward the ceiling. You may want to walk the hands forward. And then really moving intentionally here, giving yourself some space to bend into your knees or sway your hips side to side. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. And begin to tiptoe your feet forward behind your wrists, coming into a Ragdoll Pose. Grabbing for opposite elbows, letting your head really hang heavy. And keeping weight in your heels here, you may even be able to lift your toes off the mat. You're welcome to sway or nod the head a little bit. And release your biceps. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Hands come to your shins or your thighs. Pull the crown of your head forward. Exhale, forward fold. With your breath, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to a standing position. Arms will reach up over your head, growing nice and tall. Continue to press down through your feet. Reach up with your fingertips. Deep breath in. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms on the mat and step yourself back into your high plank position. Pausing in your high plank, know that you always have the option to lower your knees and untuck your toes. Actively press the mat away with your palms. Gently engage your glutes. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Again, option to lower your knees as you come all the way down to your belly. Keep the elbows close to your ribs. Baby Cobra, inhale, lift your chin and your chest. Try to stay light with your palms. Exhale, lower down, release. Inhale, lift. Lift with your sternum, roll your shoulder blades back. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. And take your knees wide, press yourself back. Child's pose just for a breath. After your breath, find your way through into your downward facing dog. And we'll start to flow through sun salutations, one breath per movement. I will cue for chaturanga and upward facing dog, but know that you're welcome to come onto the belly and into a cobra, or completely leave out your vinyasa. Full breath in. Full breath out. Travel forward, step, hop, walk. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise tall, arms up. Follow your breath. Fold forward as you exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank. Chaturanga, elbows stay close, lower halfway. Upward facing dog, shine the heart forward. Downward facing dog, lift your hips high. Full breath in. Full breath out. Travel forward, top of your yoga mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise. Really follow the length of your breath. Make it long. Fold forward, press out your exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back, high plank. Take what you need. Move yourself through a flow or come straight to your downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Travel forward, top of your yoga mat. You know the movement. Inhale, halfway lift, trust it. Fold forward. Inhale, rise, follow the breath. Fold forward as you exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back. What do you need here? Movement or down dog? Full inhalation, full exhale. Travel forward, top of your yoga mat. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise, arms sweep, press into the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back. Take what you need, flow or down dog. One more round. Full breath in. Exhale completely. Travel forward, top of your mat. Your pace. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Your inhale brings you all the way up to stand. Follow the breath. Fold it forward as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back. Your choice, move through your flow or come straight to your downward facing dog. Either pause in your down dog or find a child's pose. Take 3 rounds of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Completely exhale, press out all the air. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. You're welcome to hold your child's pose for as long as you need to. If you are with us, inhale, reach your right leg high. I invite you to keep it high for a moment. Bend into the knee, reaching your heel toward your left shoulder blade. And bring a little bit of movement into that leg, whether you're taking circles with the knee, bending and straightening your leg, but really moving intuitively. What does your hip crave? What does your body need right here? Extend the leg straight back behind you. Try to level your hips and point your toes down. As you exhale, knee to your chest, shift forward to a high plank position. Inhale, press your heel high, hips level. Exhale, knee to chest, shift forward, high plank position. Inhale, press your heel back. Exhale, knee to chest, plant your foot between your palms. Warrior 1, spin the back foot. Arms reach up over your head, front knee stays bent at a 90-degree angle. You may want to take a little bit of movement with that front knee before you settle into the hips here. Then try to activate through your abdomen, the front side of your core. Reach your fingertips up, stay soft through your shoulder blades. And then take a big inhale to your heart space. Exhale completely. Breathe in. Breathe out. Full breath in. As you exhale, lower hands down. Step back, high plank. Your choice, move through a vinyasa or come straight to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. If you're with us, reach the left leg high. And then keep that leg high for a moment. Bend into the knee. And invite in any sort of movement that might feel good here. It can be as simple as wiggling your toes. It does not have to be anything really dramatic, but know that it can be. Extend your legs straight back behind you. Try keeping the hips level. Point your toes down. Exhale, knee to your chest, shift forward, high plank. Inhale, press the leg high. Exhale, knee to chest, shift it forward. Inhale, press the heel back. Exhale, knee to chest, and plant your foot between your palms. Warrior one. Back foot spins about 45 degrees. Keep the front knee bent 90 degrees. Arms reach up over your head. So you're looking to stack your front knee directly on top of your front ankle. And then leaving enough space in your back leg so that you're able to press down through your heel. And try to activate through the core, the front side of your abdomen. Pull the belly button in. And breathe into your heart. So as the belly is active, as you engage there, breath flows through your chest. One more round of breath. Breathe in. And as you exhale, plant the palms, step back, high plank. Take a flow or move to your downward facing dog. Okay, then that's sun salutation B, traditional version. So we'll flow one breath per movement. And this is where those vinyasas, those flows can get a little tricky. So please follow your breath, your body, give yourself what you need, and know that it's okay to leave them out. Okay. Next, inhale, reach your right leg high, keep the hips level. Exhale, plant the foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, high plank, flow or down dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, plant your foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior one, follow the breath. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back, flow or downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, plant your foot between your palms. You know it. Inhale, warrior one, long breath. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back, flow or down dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, plant your foot between your palms. Your breath, inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plant your palms and step back, flow inward facing dog. What do you need? Your breath. Last round, inhale your right leg high. Exhale, plant your foot between your palms. Big inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back, flow or downward facing dog. Last side, stay with us, left leg high. Exhale, plant your foot. Inhale is warrior one. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, flow or downward facing dog. And then pause. Either hold that down dog, take a child's pose. Breathe. I didn't even do the vinyasas and I'm sweating. Breathe. Full inhalation. Completely exhale. Feel free to sigh out the breath here. Full breath in. Full breath out. Okay. Know that you're welcome to stay in this child's pose for as long as you need it. And that may be the rest of practice. That's okay. Take what you need from your mat. If you are with us, find your way back to downward facing dog. And if you're there, we're going to get on the same breath. So begin by exhaling out completely. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach your right leg high. And then exhale, plant your foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior one. We're going to set up for a humble warrior. So you want to make sure that you're feeling nice and stable through your stance and supportive through your feet. And then interlace your hands behind your back. Roll your shoulder blades behind you and pull your fist down your back. From here, you're going to hover inside of your front thigh. Take the fist with you up toward the ceiling. Now it's super easy to want to dump all of your weight into your front foot, but try to actively press into the floor with your feet and hold yourself up by using the strength of your abdomen. So the core stays active. Breathe into your heart, into your chest. Inhale, rise back tall. Take your time to release those fingertips. Arms up over your head. Full inhalation. Full exhale. One more breath in. As you exhale, come into your warrior two pose. Back foot spins open. Arms reach long. Again, give yourself a moment here to settle. If you'd like, you can bring hands to your heart. Give your shoulders a little bit of a break here. Good. Then as you come into stillness, your version of your warrior two, whether it's hands at heart or opening up the arms, pause, refocus on the length of your breath. And it's the familiar poses that the mind likes to wander. So notice what thoughts come into your mind. What is present here? How does your body feel? Reverse your warrior, flip your front palm and reach it back. Really try to reach with your fingertips, staying light through your shoulder blade. Breathe down your ribs. Cartwheel your hands down inside of your front foot. Spin to the ball mount of your back foot, so you're coming into sort of this low lunge position. And this is a tricky transition, so please take your time with it. We're going to come into a side plank. Spin to the knife edge of your left foot, your back foot. Shift onto your left hand and sweep your right foot back. And try lifting your hips up toward the ceiling. Always an option here to lower your bottom knee, or you can try floating your top foot. Breathing. On your exhale, high plank position. Either take a flow or downward facing dog. If you're with us, reach your left leg high on an inhale. Exhale, plant your foot between your palms. Warrior one, arms up over your head. Set the stance up. Make sure you're taking up enough space with your legs. Humble warrior, interlace hands behind your back. Roll your shoulder blades back, pull your fist down. When you're ready, hover inside of the front thigh, reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Remember to actively press your feet down and hold yourself up with strength rather than surrendering your weight into the front foot. Hold it here. Keep breathing into your chest, into your heart space. Very gently start to lift yourself back up. Release the fingertips, warrior one. Soft shoulder blades. Always an option to bring hands to heart. Full breath in. On your exhale, warrior two, open up. Give yourself a minute to find some movement before you settle into it. Okay, we're here for a few rounds of breath. A moment to pause, to sit in a pose, especially familiar poses. Notice what thoughts are present. What's the conversation in your mind right now? And can you shift that awareness to the length of your breath? Reverse your warrior, flip the front palm, reach back. Try breathing down the ribs, staying really soft through your shoulder blade. With an exhale, cartwheel your hands down inside of the front foot. Spin to the ball mount of your back foot. Come to sort of that funky lunge position. Transitioning into your side plank. Spin to the knife edge of your back foot. Begin to shift the weight into your right palm. Reach your leg back, left hand high. Take that transition nice and easy. Press the hips up. Option to try floating your top leg. And on your exhale, plant the hands, come through center, high plank. Move through a flow or to your downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Reach your right leg high. Exhale, plant your foot between your palms. Coming into your high crescent lunge. This time the back heel will stay lifted. As you're ready, arms up over the head. So very similar to a warrior one, except you're keeping your back heel lifted rather than planting it on the mat. Good. Abdomen stays pulled toward the spine. Now you're welcome to hold your high crescent. We're going to come into a little bit of a heart opener. So for this heart opener, you want to keep your abdomen engaged. Pull your belly button toward the spine. Feel that activation and hold it. Begin to cactus your arms. Keep that activation of your abdomen and start to lift up with your sternum. So the center of your chest, reach that up toward the ceiling. Keep the abdomen active. And you'll start to feel a little bit of a lift through the heart space, maybe even a little lean back. But really protect your low back, keep the core active. Belly button pull in, lift up through the sternum. Good. Next, inhale, high crescent lunge, arms up over your head. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten into your front leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Point all of your toes to the side of your mat. Bring your feet in line with one another. Coming into our prasarita. If you would like, you can interlace hands behind your back. Gently roll your shoulder blades behind you. Take your fist width as you fold between the thighs. If you interlace your hands, know that you can let that go at any time. If there's no commitment, it's your body, your practice. Do what feels good for you. Full rounds of breath. Two more breaths here. If the hands are interlaced, Release that. Bring the hands underneath your head. Find your flat back, halfway lift. Walk your hands toward the top of your mat. Point all of your toes forward. We're coming back into that funky transition to side plank. Spin to the ball mound of your back foot. Hands inside of your front foot. Spin to the knife edge of your back foot. Shift onto your left side. Take it as slowly as you need to. There's no rush to arrive. Right? The faster you get there, the longer you hold it. Breathe. Good. As you exhale, come through center, high plank. Take a flow or downward facing dog. And we have that same sequence on the left side. Hang in there. Inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, plant your foot between your palms. Setting up for high crescent lunge. Back heel will stay lifted. Arms up over your head. Again, make sure you're stable through the stance. If you feel wobbly, try widening your feet to take up more space on your mat. Check in with your abdomen. Pull your belly button toward your spine really actively. Keep that active the entire time you're in your crescent. If you want to try that heart opener, begin by cactusing your arms. Keep the belly active and begin to lift up through your sternum. So using the muscles of your chest to lift up toward the ceiling rather than arching through the back. Belly stays active, pull up with your heart space. Keep the belly really strong here, protect the low back and breathe. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale, high crescent lunge, arms up over your head. Exhale, warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your front leg. Point all of your toes to the side of your mat. Bring your feet in line with one another. Take your Prasarita, option to interlace hands behind your back again. So all this heart opening, all the shoulder opening is setting us up to come into a wheel pose in a little bit. It's all for a purpose. Wherever you are, deep, long breath. Bring your hands underneath your head, find your flat back, half lift. Gently walk your hands forward to the top of your mat. Point all your toes forward, coming back into that side plank. Bring your right hand to the mat, spin to the knife edge of your back foot, and sweep it back. Remember, there's no rush. Take your time, do it with ease. And breathe. Exhale, high plank position. Take what you need, either a flow or your downward facing dog. And then from your down dog, take your time, but please come into a seated position on your mat. And just take a moment to breathe. We're going to come into a boat pose next. So options for boat, I'll show you a few and then you can come into the version that you'd like. So the first option is keeping your feet on the mat, leaning yourself back. You're still activating, it's just a little more support. Option one. Option two, you can lift your feet off the mat. Option three, you can straighten into your legs. So find your way into your version of the boat pose, whichever version you'd like to take today. And then as you come into your boat pose, reach your arms out. And then sort of act like you're making muscles. And if at any point it becomes a little tricky, lower your feet. And now from here, bring your fingers together. And then keep your arms at a 90-degree angle and tap your fingers to your shoulders. So keep making that motion. It might seem a little bit silly, stay with it. Try to flex your arm muscles. Good. Stay in that boat pose. Always an option to lower your feet here. Good. Stay with it. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Release your feet. Give your knees a little bit of a hug. Chin to your chest. Then breathe down your spine. Maybe a sigh out. Whew, I'm sweaty. We're going to come onto our backs next. Please take your time however you'd like to get there. Good, and the first minute or so is just settling onto your back. So notice what it feels like to have more of your body supported by the floor. Sort of allow your weight to fall into the floor. Notice how it feels to be more supported, to be held. And we're going to move through our heart openers on the back. So we're going to start with 2 rounds of bridge pose, and then we'll go into 2 rounds of wheel pose. So I encourage you to take those 2 first bridge poses before coming into a wheel. And if wheel's not your thing, you can always take bridge again. And you're welcome to take a supported bridge by placing a blanket or a pillow underneath your low back and just holding it there. Remembering to honor and respect how your body is feeling. So to set up for your first bridge, heels come close to your bottom. Bring the palms face down next to your body. Sort of shimmy your shoulder blades underneath your back so you're starting to lift up through the heart space already through your chest. Actively press your heels into the mat and use that to lift your hips toward the ceiling. Okay, and we're holding it here. If you'd like, you may interlace hands behind your back. Try to keep your heels pressing into the mat, at least for this first round. Notice how it feels to really engage through your heels. And just like in that crescent pose, stay active through your abdomen. You'll notice it's really easy to get soft through the belly, but try to keep that active and engaged to protect your low back. Keep breathing. Stay really active through feet, through belly. And slowly lower yourself down. Take it 1 vertebrae at a time. And then give yourself space to windshield wiper your legs or hug your knees to your chest, whatever you need to counteract that. And just to check in with how you feel. If you feel any sort of uncomfortableness or painfulness, maybe leaving this next round aside, leaving it out. When you're ready, come back into your bridge pose. Press the heels, lift your hips. Option to interlace your fingers or your hands. And if you'd like to, you can try to come onto your tiptoes. If it feels okay, you may walk your feet in toward your shoulders, lifting your hips slightly higher toward the ceiling. And really try to avoid moving your head here. Good. Keep pressing. Whatever part of your foot is in contact with the floor, press into it. If you are on your tiptoes, walk yourself back onto your flat feet and slowly lower yourself onto your back. Take any counter movement you'd like, windshield wiper the legs, or knees to your chest. Okay, I'll start to cue for a wheel pose next. Know that you're welcome to come into either one of those bridge poses or leave this out altogether. So for wheel pose, you actually start by coming into your bridge. Press your heels, lift your hips. Bring your hands next to your ears with your fingertips pointing toward your feet. Okay. Now press into your palms and lift your shoulders off the mat, bring your head to the mat. And you might pause here, or you might feel comfortable enough to press your head off the mat. Okay, wherever you are, you have 3 rounds of breath. And then carefully lower yourself back down. So I like to find my way back into my bridge and then slowly lower myself back. Counteract that, give yourself some space. Check in with how you're feeling. The back, your wrists, the chest. Check in with all of the body. Then you have 1 more round, either coming into your wheel or your bridge. Whenever you're ready, finding your way to your heart opener of choice. We have 3 rounds of breath. 2. And 1 more breath. And gently lower yourself down to your mat. Coming into our Tabata Konasana, bring the bottoms of your feet to touch and let your knees splay apart like butterfly wings. And we'll be holding this pose. Know that if at any point it becomes painful, that you can find your way out of it. If it starts to bring up any uncomfortable feelings or thoughts, I invite you to try to sit with that. Uncomfortableness and pain are 2 very different things. If you're able to breathe comfortably, try to sit with it. If the breath feels restricted or forced, find your way out. Start to settle your weight into the floor. Notice what it feels like to start to let go of effort, to give in to the force of gravity and really fall into the floor. Can you soften your forehead? Can you unclench your jaw? Soften through your throat and your heart. And give yourself permission to be still. Gently reach for your thighs and guide your knees back together. Feet come to the mat. Take a moment to pause. Notice what's present. What emotions are you feeling? Are there any lingering thoughts? And finding supine pigeon pose. Take your right ankle and bring it over your left thigh, making a figure 4 shape with your legs. And then from here, just start to let your legs fall a little bit side to side. So find a little bit of movement there. Loosening up the hips. And then if you'd like to, you can bring your knees toward you and grab for either the back of your left thigh or the top of your left shin, holding the legs toward you. And just remember that we're here for a little bit longer. So intensity is okay, but you want to be able to breathe. And you don't want it to feel painful. So the hips are the part of the body that store and hold on to fear. So any experience in our life that we felt fearful, the body remembers, the hips remember it. So sometimes when we sit in these hip openers, it can bring up those feelings. And it's not always easy to sit with. For me personally, sometimes I start to feel angry or even nauseous. That's okay. Try to breathe with it. And give yourself permission to feel those things. Gently release your left leg. Unwrap your figure four. And give yourself a moment of pause. What do you feel? What do you need right now? Care for yourself. And switch sides. As you're ready, the left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Pause here for a moment. Let your knees sort of fall side to side. Kind of moving around some of that tightness in the hips. You can stay here. You can also lift your feet off the mat or lift your foot off the mat. Grab for the back of the right thigh or the top of your right shin as you invite the hips toward you. Breathe into the physical sensation. If you have that urge to sigh out, let that happen. And gently release the leg. Unwrap your figure four. And take a moment to pause. And then this last pose, I'll cue for a happy baby pose, but know that you can come back into your Tabata Konasana, reclined bound angle, if happy baby doesn't feel calling to you. For happy baby, either hold on to the backs of your thighs or the bottoms of your feet. And we are holding this. You're welcome to find movement. And you're if it wants movement. It'll kind of come to you naturally, whether it's a sway or straightening your legs. Or you may just want to linger in that stillness. You may go back and forth between movement and stillness. But these longer held poses give you an opportunity to really listen to what the body needs and to learn how the body communicates to you. Maybe again, sighing out a few breaths. Breathing through the uncomfortableness. If any pain comes up, please release the pose. There's no need to force it. But be curious about what's around the corner. What happens if you linger in a pose? And then as you're ready, you'll gently find your way into your Shavasana. If you need any movement before you come into your final resting pose, please take it. Traditional Shavasana is legs long, arms long, with your palms face up. Let yourself rest. Know that as you are, without any effort at all, is more than enough. Begin to deepen your breath. Invite movements into your fingers and your toes. And gently rock your head a little bit side to side. As you're ready, roll yourself over to either side of your yoga mat, coming into a fetal position. Pause here for a moment of gratitude. First, sending gratitude toward yourself for making it to your mat today. And then extending that gratitude out towards somebody or something in your life that you are grateful for. And gently press yourself into a seated position, guiding hands to your heart as you arrive. Thank you so much for coming to your mat today and for sharing this virtual space. From my heart to each of yours, namaste. Thank you, Yogi.